Good morning, good afternoon, good night, whatever time of day it is for you. My name is Justin Coolimp, and a whole host of names. As you can see, I've got another video for you today. Again, I don't have editing software yet, so we're just going to be running the trailer in the background. So, I want to say something real quick as we begin. This is a follow-up to my Unreality is a Bad Term video that I published, I think, a week or 2 weeks ago, based on the time that I published this. And it's more to clarify some of my positions and adjust it slightly. But first, I want to talk about a few of the base assumptions. Sora, Strelitzia, Mom, Masters are all dead, and this is the afterlife, not just a new world. There's nothing that shows that this is absolutely 100% true, as Mom and Sora fade, and Strelitzia is actually killed, and we see her heart move up into the next place. Unreality is a world of fiction. These are assumptions that are based off of the Master of Masters and Ansem the Wise's understanding. Because as smart as those two are, they're not the smartest in the series. Or they might be the smartest in the series, but still, they're lacking information that they need to appropriately make an assessment on it. So, in Union Cross, when he says it's a world I can't conceive, a world of fiction, he's talking from his best position. Does he know if it's true? No, he doesn't. But it's the way he visions it in his head. Now, I want to go ahead and move on. Those are our base assumptions that we've been going with for a while, and it's one of the things that kind of gets me going. 2. We've been considering Quadratum as a completely separate reality. And this is kind of interesting. I don't think it is. I think we're still in the same reality. I know this is going to sound weird. Me and my wife were in bed. We were watching TikToks together because that's something we do as kind of like a bonding thing. We point, we laugh, we go, ha ha ha, is that you, is that me? We came across someone talking about the moon and how it has a geostatic, I think is the word, orbit around the planet. So you only ever see one side of it. And because you only ever see one side of it, we've never seen the dark, at least on outside of pictures, we've never seen the dark side of the moon. Which got me thinking about Kingdom Hearts and the line that Kairi has, one sky, one destiny. And it started prompting like thought patterns in my head. We only ever see one side of Kingdom Hearts. We only see the lit up, spectacular side of Kingdom Hearts, blessing the worlds with its light. And this side of reality is what we've come to know as Sora's and Mom's home reality. But I don't think it is. I think we're on a specific side of Kingdom Hearts that is blessed with magic and light. The other side of Kingdom Hearts, and this is my own personal theory where we're actually getting into it, is dark. And it does not bless its side of the universe with light itself, because it can't. So, instead of magic, people become technological. And that technological forms in a realistic, wow, that timed out perfect, a realistic looking universe where we don't see the power of light, we don't see the power of heart being all controlling. But if we stick with only the duality of things, this actually makes more sense than a lot of people want to hear, I think. So, if we consider only in dualities, then what's going to happen is you pass through Kingdom Hearts over and over and over throughout your existence. You go from the world that's blessed with light to the world that's not blessed with light. You go from the side that's not blessed with light to the side that's blessed with light. And you go back and forth on your existence because Kingdom Heart purifies your heart and it makes you new again. And you just go back and forth. And that is kind of what I think is going on here. I think as you die, you pass through Kingdom Hearts and you go from either the side blessed with light to the side without light, or vice versa. And I know I've said that a lot, but that's what Kingdom Hearts essentially does. I forget where it is. I think it's in either it was said by a character or in an Ansem report that Kingdom Hearts takes you in, purifies you, and makes you anew. So when Sora and Mom fade, they're actually unable to remain in the side blessed with light. So they wind up on the other side of the other side of Kingdom Hearts. That's the best way to think about it. That's how I think is going on, and maybe because I'm trying to keep the video from being like 2 hours long and me going rambling about this, I'm actually working based off of script right now. I still want to say I think unreality is a bad term. But with a theory like this, it really can bring most trains of thoughts together where you have your duality. You have your situation where Sora might be able to get back to his original reality, or the people from his side of the Kingdom Hearts can get over to him. It's a little bit more relatable with some theories as well. I think the reason he's still able to use his Keyblade and definitely magic once we get into it is because he still comes from the side blessed with magic. When he's blessed with magic, that becomes an internal source, and he can still use that on his own. Yozora, who has never known such magic, seems to compensate with technology to mimic the same magical effects. So, I think unreality, world of fiction is a bad term. I think there is a passing from one side to another, and that passing from one side to another is what creates the situations that we see within the realm of the heart. It would also explain a lot of the little small things that we see. Because we see people, I think occasionally we see people who just have no idea of magic. Any form of technologies that's so advanced might come off as magic. So some of the technology like Sanfran Tokyo could come off as being a magical thing. But they seem to be blessed with more than just seems to be blessed with a lot more intelligence than what we've seen in Quadratum, because Quadratum seems to only be showing us standard technology. I bet they all have computers, and we know that they definitely have cell phones. So we could actually be looking at something similar to that. I think it also brings together some of the thoughts about it being the opposite or a parallel to our regular human world. That if we were, let's say Kingdom Hearts was a real thing for us, we would be living on the dark side. Whenever we die and we pass on to our next life, we find ourselves on the light side, and if we were able to keep our memories, we would go, oh, this looks familiar, can I cast Fireball? So, with that said, I'm going to give another real quick rundown of the theory. The theory is there's a dark side and a light side of Kingdom Hearts. One side blesses its inhabitants with magic and a higher form of thinking whenever it comes to technology, as we've seen in different worlds. And there's also a dark side to Kingdom Hearts. And dark is just like referring to the moon, where it's not blessed with magic. It's not blessed with keyblades and the power of light and the power of darkness. It's just a flat piece of paper. So that is something to think about, and I think that's the closest we're going to get until the game comes out. Now, just to add on this, when I'm recording this and publishing it, it's the 26th. So the article with Tetsuo Nomura from the 20th anniversary event hasn't been published yet. But I think this is a way to consolidate a lot of the theorist ideas about what's going on into a more singular, cohesive whole without the word unreality being used. Because I think it is the wrong word for it. But with that said, leave your comments below. Tell me what you think. If you like the video, hit the like button. And I'm going to continue to whore myself out like this. Hit the subscribe button if it's your first time here. Yeah, you guys know all the YouTube stuff. And please, if you can, follow me at my socials. They'll be down in the links below. I do want to give credit where some of it's due. The inspiration from this did come from a conversation on Twitter a few days ago, at Easter specifically, to follow up and give a more defined answer on what I think is going on. So I do want to give credit where it's due. To HMK, thank you for helping me further this along, because you did ask me why I believe what I believe. With that said, I want to say it one more time because I always do. Good morning, good afternoon, good night, whatever time of day is for you. And may joy be to the every last one of you.